Good evening. This is Attorney Margarita Yu, and you're watching Cebu Lady Lawyers Association's Partners in Law. For this evening, akong co-host kay si Lieutenant Commander Jim Arias Alagao of the Philippine Navy. He is the Public Information Officer of Central Command. Good evening, Jim.
Hello, good evening, attorney, and also to our guest today, General Sirunay, sir.
And for this evening, I will be introducing Brigadier General Leoncio Sirunay. He was appointed 19th Commander of the Armed Forces of the Philippines Reserve Command, or AFRESCOM, last September 6, 2015. And prior to said assignment as Commander of AFRESCOM, he was the 17th Commander of the 801st Brigade, 8th Infantry Division, Philippine Army. Good evening, sir, and welcome to the show.
Yes, Marge. Good evening. Al, good evening. Mayang gabi sa inyong tanan.
Nagpasalamat mi for gracing our show. Then, so atong storyaan karon, unsa may background ani natong AFRESCOM or Armed Forces of the Philippines Reserve Command?
Oh, itong AFRESCOM natin, actually, it's a preeminent command na nakadedicate ito sa total development ng ating mga reservists. Yung reservists na kinikater nito ay yung mga task reservists, yung technical administrative service. Kasama po dito yung ating civil military affairs at saka yung affiliated reservists. Yung sa mga kumpanya na in-organize natin, tinitrain natin. Ito po ay in support ito sa overall accomplishment ng ating Armed Forces of the Philippines mission. So
Okay.
yun ang trabaho namin sa AFRESCOM.
Opo, sir. So, speaking of reservists, sir, so sino-sino po, sir, yung pwedeng pumasok dito, sir? Kahit sino lang ba, sir? O...
Sa AFRESCOM, meron tayong tinatawag na Technical Administrative Service. Ito ay yung mga doktor, yung dentista, kasama dito yung lawyers, katulad ni March, is commissioned in the JAG service as captain. Kasama din to yung mga professor, no, sa core professor, mga educators natin, yung ating mga kaparian, kasama din dito. Yung iba naman, yung sa mga affiliated groups, in-organize natin katulad ng NGCP, yung PESA natin as a group, yung kumpanya, nagkaroon tayo ng organizational structure. May mga rank, equivalent rank yung mga leaders ng kumpanya, managers. So
Before we proceed, you'd like to congratulate PEZA. I think they graduated their second group last Sunday.
Last Sunday, yes.
Pagka September 27, we would like to congratulate Director Sansaluna Pinagayaw. They're very dynamic leader in the Philippine Economic Zone.
I think there will be more training sa PESA na gawin. Ang laki pala niyan sa loob. So, yun nga, napakaganda yung ginagawa nila. So, I encourage them, lalo na yung mga yung mga nasa technical administrative service nila na magpa-commission din. Napakalaking tulong ito sa ating building ng reservice. At napakalaking at magagamit natin ito in times of national emergency, like kung may mga disasters, and other emergencies kung kinakailangan i-mobilize yung ating reservice at naka-ready na tayo.
So, tomorrow, sir, you will be officially visiting the AFP in the whole Visayas, no? Central Command. So, as the commander, sir, of the AFP Reserve Command, marami po ba tayong mga units dito, sir, na bibisitahin ninyo, sir?
Yes, actually, kagagaling ko lang sa Dumaguete. Binisita namin doon yung nakita namin yung Dumaguete. Very active yung reservist din doon. In fact, we attended yung kanilang induction ceremony ng Reserve Officer, Legion of the Philippines. Naging guest din kami ng yung ROTC presentation of sponsor.
In Silliman.
In Silliman University. Makita mo, very active yung Silliman. Talagang nagpo-produce sila ng reservists. Doon ko lang nakita yung, I think Silliman is one of the best ROTC unit kahit noon pa. At ngayon, hindi nila binitawan yun. Parang active pa rin sila. So, yung dito sa Visayas, dito sa Cebu, kasama yung sa Bohol. No? Very active. Lalo na si Brigadier General Romero, napaka-active po. In fact, hindi pa kita nakikita sa personal. pinakilala ka na yan sa akin that you're also very active dito sa Cebu. Laking pasalamat natin dyan. Ano? I don't know, gusto ko rin gawin ito sa Davao kasi ang Davao medyo naiiwanan. Dapat every areas meron tayong active reserve component ma-manage sa ating reserve.
Since we're encouraging our viewers to join the reserve component, can you just tell them a brief background of what are the requirements for those who want to join?
Of course, ang una-una sa lahat, dapat na natural-born Filipino citizen yung ating applicants. Okay. Sa APRESCOM, kasi ang kinikater namin ay yung mga professionals, dapat baccalaureate degree holder ka and yung 21 to 30 years old sa civilian applicant, okay. And at least 64 inches in height, okay. And meron tayong qualifying exam, yung APTAB natin for MS 43 graduate and for engineers. And dapat clear din ito sa appropriate intelligence agency kung ano man po yun din.
For their G2 clearance, sir?
Yes. Ang pinaka-importante, you must be physically and mentally fit to be commissioned in the reserve force. At marami pang iba, may mga local clearances na dapat natin i-submit. Kailangan wala kang pending case.
You mentioned, sir, for may baccalaureate degree. Paano po, sir, yung gustong mag-reservist pero hindi sila baccalaureate degree holder? Pwede pa rin maging reservist, pero hindi sa APRESCOM siguro, sir?
Yes, ano yun, nasa Major Service Command. Yung ARISCOM sa Army, NABRESCOM at saka yung sa Philippine Air Force. They can be reservists as enlisted personnel. Marami dito, kahit dito sa ating sa APRESCOM, meron din kami yung affiliated units namin, may mga enlisted personnel din na nakakasama. Pero dapat ito later on, pag meron kasing panukala ngayon na yung APRESCOM ay gawing task RESCOM . So mawala sa atin yung mga enlisted personnel, parang doon na sila ma-assign sa mga major service commands at parang i-assign na lang sila further sa mga task unit natin, yung technical administrative service, para at least may tauhan din naman yung mga technical administrative servicemen natin.
We always get this question, if you join the reserve, is there training prior to being commissioned?
Yeah, yun ang pinaka-appropriate. Dapat after, dapat kasi mga professionals naman ito, commissionship muna. And after commissionship, then you can undergo the basic training.
So you get commissioned first prior to getting training?
Yeah. Merong iba, may training na dati, pero mas kasi yung iba naman, kinukuha mo siya wala siyang, pagka kinukuha mo siya na, it's not a qualification na kailangan train ka na before you will be commissioned. Commission ka then para ma-enhance yung knowledge mo about military trainings, dapat i-train ka. You will have to undergo basic military training.
So, attorney, saan yung mga training sa una?
We were able to join Urban Search and Rescue last 2013. Katong with
sa CENTCOM?
Yeah, sa CENTCOM with the Hawaiian National Guards. That was one of the more memorable trainings. Me, Attorney Gachanco, Dr. Anyat.
Rappelling po ka?
Yes.
Okay.
And we're hoping to be able to repeat that.
Actually, isa sa mga capabilities ng APRESCOM ay yung disaster response and management. And kahapon during my speech sa mga yung sa PESA, nag-graduate sila kahapon sa kanilang basic military training. Sinabi ko dapat palakasin natin yung ating disaster response, HADR, humanitarian assistance and disaster response. Marami na tayong training sa tactical level sa baba. Dapat paigtingin din natin yung management tool ng disaster response. Yung ating mga officers, I'm recommending, sabi ko nga, mag-coordinate tayo sa OCD, we will undergo yung incident command system kasi para maintindihan natin kung paano pinapagalaw yung responders during response operations. So mas
Importante
kailangan.
po sir yung ICS
Yes.
kasi
Yes.
yung mga responders kasi iba-ibang unit, di ba? So everybody has to speak the same language, the same
Yes.
protocols para pagdating sa totoong emergency na
Madali
walang-
magkaintindihan.
opo, sa language barrier pa lang okay na.
And kung ito international to
Yes.
Kahit ibang bansa naintindihan nila yung ICS kasi same yung struktura niyan, same yung sistema, uniform. I think worldwide na yan ngayon. So, I think the reservists, lalo na yung mga officers, dapat naintindihan nila ito. Kasi you will be managers during disasters.
Sakto gyud na when we had our user mo gyud na ang gibalik-balik ni Commander Dial na mga in times of disaster dapat kinidhatay na because during times of disaster during earthquake di na biya nga
And then,
magsuwat pa mog letter
Sakto lang kayo
request.
paano natin gagawin? So, waste of time na yung saka ng mga protocols.
Yes.
Diba?
And during those kaning mga trainings niyo like ICS dapat ang chemistry ninyo dapat develop na
Doon
gyud.
nasa mga table exercises pa lang, simulation exercises.
Dan dapat na-gauge na sa inyong mga capabilities, di ba?
And yan po sir ang advantage ng not only yung service sa Cebu and siguro pati na rin yung buong rescue teams ng Visayas. Kasi yung experience talaga sir ng Visayas sir, dito yung earthquake, dito yung
Yolanda.
typhoon, Yolanda. So,
Yes.
malaking bagay sir yung experience na.
It was a jump-off point for a lot of calamities,
Actually,
di ba?
actually yung mga,
Medyo nagising tayo doon, ano?
yung mga nakausap namin sir sa mga balikatan, yung mga Hawaiian National Guards, yung mga ganun sir. Sila yung SME. But in the end, sila yung maraming natutunan kasi sir, yung theory nila binabara natin, hindi yan sa totoo kasi naranasan nyo pala.
Mas expert tayo, no?
Mas expert tayo sir sa
Marami
Kaya
tayong
naging
lesson
SME.
learned. Actually, dapat nga magkakaroon na tayo ng yung IMT, Incident Management Team na naka-ready na. Pagka inabot tayo ng sakuna, sana wag naman, ay i-activate na lang siya. Then filled up na yung mga position.
Kaya sakto yun na because ang disaster, it's only a matter of when. Di man yun, di ba? Maabot ramang yun na.
Dapat andaman permi. So isa po 'yan sa mga misyon isa sa misyon ng APRESCOM na i-develop yung humanitarian assistance and disaster response capability.
So speaking of their capability sir, so paano po sir yung pinupundahan natin sir, yung mga equipment naman ng ating mga personnel sir, meron na tayong tao, well-trained na, pero yung how about this equipment sir?
Isa po 'yan sa tinutugunan din natin, no? Yung equipage ng ating mga responders. Napaka-importante po 'yon. Marami na tayong trainings na daanan.
Po, sir, no?
Actually, in Metro Manila, may mga gamit din tayo doon, pero it came from donations sa yung mga reservists din natin na may kayang magpahiram, magpagamit or magdo-donate para sa APRESCOM. Dapat isa ito na tugunan na maisama sa ating budget para lalakas yung ating response operations.
If you've
times of
seen their
disaster.
pictures sa Facebook, daghan yung kay training dito sa AFRESCOM nga building. Of course, this is with the 1st Task Brigade in Metro Manila. Hopefully, mo trickle down din sa Visayas.
Fifth task na.
Yes. I'm planning to yung ating mobile training team sa APRESCOM na ma-activate, iikot-ikot sila to conduct trainings on hindi lang po sa disaster response, pati sa basic military training. Para at least yung iba, ang problema kasi natin ngayon, just like dito sa Cebu, ang nakita ko, ang nagte-train sa ating mga reservists ay from Navy, no? Na BRESCOM, APRESCOM. Dahil sa kakulangan ng tao sa APRESCOM, actually, nire-request din namin sila. Pero sometimes, kailangan din namin magpadala ng aming representative.
Okay, so before we continue, let's take a break. And now we're back. Before our break, atong gistoryaan unsay HADR capacity sa atong mga reserve. But for now, storyaan nato unsa man gyud difference aning those in active service and those in the reserve. So sir, unsa may difference aning duha?
Gistoryahan nato ning mga yung reserve officer, no? Merong reserve officers na commission as reserve officer, no?
Yes.
Merong reserve officers na sa active service. Katulad ko. I am a reserve officer in the active service. Merong reserve officer na inactive.
Okay.
Yung inactive reserve officers natin ay kinategorize natin. Merong napasama sa ready reserve.
Okay.
Ready reserve. May order 'yun. Annual active duty training. Pagka siya ay pagkatapos ng kanyang training, revert back siya into standby reserve. Standby reserve na siya. Then mayroon ding limit, upon reaching the age of 65, you will be retired reservist. So yun yung categories. So yung reservist naman natin, yung pag-usapan natin yung ready reserve.
O standby reserve.
Standby reserve. Actually yung ready reserve nag-undergo ng training yon. Yung standby reserve, they're just awaiting for a call. In times of national emergency or kahit sa response operation sa disaster or may gera, no? Itong standby reserve na-activate ito through mobilization. So parang nakaumang lang ito siya, naka-ready. Gisingin mo lang. Yan ang pinapalakas natin ngayon sa ating Armed Forces of the Philippines. Kasi yan ang base expansion